Welcome to Go Southern Alberta. My name is Leanne Evans, and coming up on today's show, I'll be talking to Gillian Slade all about the Daffodil Project, which is something that's going to brighten up our city. We have that and lots more coming up on Go Southern Alberta.
So under community engagement, one of the initiatives to achieve that priority was to collaborate with community associations and become more involved as a police service within our community in unique ways.
What really brought my attention to bear is that I really am hoping, and our goal is that every single person that comes and sits in the audience can really identify with at least one of the characters.
Welcome back to Go Southern Alberta. As I mentioned earlier, we're talking all about the Daffodil Project. I'm joined here with Gillian. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm great. I'm grateful to be here.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about the Daffodil Project?
The Daffodil Project has an aim or goal of seeing 1 million daffodils bulbs planted between Redcliffe and Dunmore along either side of the Trans-Canada Highway in the next 10 years. So about 100,000 bulbs a year.
So the daffodils will be planted along the highway, and what sparked this idea?
Well, you know, after a long winter, when the snow and ice finally melt, there's an awful lot of brown grunge around, and it seems to take forever before there are annual flowers that we can enjoy and a bit of colour. And we're all itching for that to happen. And the thought occurred to me that an early spring bulb would fill that gap. And daffodils, one of the earliest spring flowering bulbs, it's also a bulb that can be planted in fairly poor soil conditions and still thrive. And there's something about the colour of daffodils too that just speaks of sunshine and life. I mean, after all, even happy faces are yellow.
I love it. It's an idea to make our city look beautiful as soon as you enter the city and as soon as you're leaving the city. It's something that'll just brighten your day.
It'll brighten your day, and for all people who live in this area, but I can see it attracting tourists in the future too. It's a time of year when we wouldn't normally attract tourists, and people are looking for things to do around at that time. And I think I can even see people from Calgary saying, well, why not let's just drive to Medicine Hat and go and have a look at 1 million daffodils in bloom.
So is there a project that's like this anywhere else?
There are areas in North America where they have been planting daffodils. Nothing on the scale that we are talking about, but there are some smaller cities than ours, and they've reached about 10,000 bulbs over a period of time, but nothing to cover the area as big as we're talking about either.
So is the reason that you picked the daffodil because it's an early bloomer?
That's mainly it. It's an early bloomer, going to fill in that time when there isn't anything else around, and as I say, the colour and the fact that they will grow sort of almost anywhere.
And when you're planting a daffodil, do the seeds spread, or is it something that you have to plant and it'll grow where it plants?
Yeah, you have to plant each bulb, and they do multiply over years, but it would multiply by a little bulb growing next to the big one. There aren't any roots that are invasive and would start spreading. There's nothing like that could happen, and there aren't seeds that are carried by the wind. So there's no chance of daffodils spreading into the coulees or areas where we haven't planted them.
So it's basically to grow along the Trans-Canada Highway where we are planning to plant them.
That's right. It doesn't need any irrigation either. There's enough moisture from the winter ice and snow to get it started in the spring. And then the leaves die off by July, and it will look as if nothing's there until the next spring, just like magic.
Well, I am so excited about this project. We'll be back with you later on in the show to see how you can get involved with the Daffodil Project. Thank you so much. We have lots more coming up on Go Southern Alberta.
Zeus is a very well-mannered 4-year-old tri-coloured Australian cattle dog. He came in with Diamond, a 5-year-old black and white border collie. Zeus and Diamond are best friends, and they enjoy walking together.
Welcome back to Go Southern Alberta. We are at the teepee today talking all about the Daffodil Project. Thank you, Gillian, for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Now, we are planning to line the highway with daffodils for the next 10 years, hopefully 1 million daffodils. I'm so excited about this.
So are we.
Now, this is mostly to make our city look beautiful during those spring months when everything is looking brown.
Exactly. It's purely about beauty and enjoyment. Just enjoying seeing a little bit of sunshine color in the community at a time when there's very little else.
I wish we had some sunshine out here today. But all right, so how can people get involved with this project?
Well, we do have collection boxes in town where people, if they see those, they are welcome to donate via those boxes. Otherwise, to call me if they need additional information. Gillian Slade, 403-528-8635. 403-528-8635.
No, it's not all just getting the bulbs. People can come out and plant them as well.
Absolutely. The time for planting daffodil bulbs is September, October, and we're just in the early stages of planning specific dates. There are some businesses that would like to get all their employees out for an employee planting day, so we're accommodating that. And then we will have community planting days where we hope people from as young as 3 to grandparents of 90, will all come out together and be able to contribute to that. Planting bulbs is going to be relatively easy. We're going to have the holes dug ahead of time so that there's not any real hard work. It's just placing the bulb incorrectly, putting the soil on top. And I love to think about the people who will be involved in the planting process coming back, maybe with their own children in 10 years' time, and being able to point out an area on the highway and say, do you see those, those flowers? I planted those in 2016 or wherever.
Oh, it's going to be so great to see our highway just lit up with daffodils.
Absolutely.
All right, how can people find out more information about the project?
Call me, Gillian Slade, 403-528-8635. We also have a Twitter handle, MedHatDaffodils.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right, well, we have lots more coming up on Go Southern Alberta, so stay tuned right here on Shaw TV. Well, that wraps up our show for today. Thanks to Gillian for telling us all about the Daffodil Project. For more information, you can find them on Twitter at MedHatDaffodils. While you're on Twitter, you can check us out at Shaw TV The Hat. We're also on Facebook at Shaw TV Medicine Hat. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Shaw TV. At Shaw TV Medicine Hat, I think.